Well, see the boys over there checking cows. We've had one heck of a storm and it's not done yet, but it stopped snowing long enough that even though we're way short of straw, and all the feedlots have now called up and ordered straw, that even if you could find it, you couldn't pay for it. But we're gonna still put out straw because that's what we do. It's supposed to snow. Well, it was supposed to taper off at midnight, but it's only 8 o'clock at night, which is fine with me. But we're gonna try to figure out where the hell I am in the world here. Anyhow, we're gonna put out some straw anyway and try to save some calves' lives if we can. We've been pretty lucky on the number of calves that we've had in this storm, so. My back window is, wiper's frozen right now, so I need to break that loose. So I'll bring you back out here in a sec here. So I just opened my back window so I can see out it. Anyhow, it's just been a really, I shouldn't say, a crappy day, I should say. Try to use my better language. But we had a heifer calf and we had to bring the calf in to warm up, and we took it back to her, and then we stole it again, and when we brought it back the second time, she wasn't, you know, she was there and then she just ran away. So our hope is that she comes back, but the snow is so deep now, like past these shelters and stuff, the snow is all in piles, you know, at least 3 feet deep, and like I said, you can't blade it with the tractor, the blade, because it's all drifts underneath that are ice, and with the loader tractor for sure, you just break the loader right off on the tractor. So trying to figure out where to drop these bales without killing any calves. I put some hay out on the straw beds today to try to get them to come to the straw a little bit. Well, of course, there's a heifer walking around with her tail out, so that's just handy. Not really what I wanted to see, to be honest. Well, I'll bring it back out again. Anyhow, this isn't going to be much of a video, but I broke up some straw there. Like I said, you can't do it enough to give, you know, you get a couple hundred cows that need to lay down, and 60 calves or so, but like I said, there's about 30 calves in the, what we call the calf shed. There's closer to the house. That's the one that actually has a solid roof. We call these ones the calf shelters. So, but it's about 30 calves. Like I said, we won't know until later how many we've lost, because I will guarantee you there is some small calves under the snowdrift somewhere, and that's just the reality of life and death, is that when you get this kind of snow move in for this long and as cold as it is, calves hunker down and then they get snowed over top of and they suffocate and die. So the boys are just checking the cows. Here, I'll show you out the window. It looks through the glass. Anyhow, never thought maybe you can't hear me that way. So at night, the boys do not check cows, only I check cows. Tristan is not confident at checking cows by himself, and that's okay because we're all made differently. And his worth is not on whether or not he can tell if a cow's calving or not. He has other talents. Wyatt goes out with him in the day and stuff, but Wyatt has school, and so I will go out every 2 hours. Well, I'll go out every hour for the first while, and if the snow doesn't start up, then I'll go out every 2. But we got a baby right there, and then we got a heifer calving right now. Boys, I just saw her tail out there, so the boys just confirmed that. I'm hoping that's just a cow that took a dump. So our scenario now is we're still early for commercial cows, but that doesn't mean that we won't get any calving, especially when they get stressed like this. It was feeding day, so it's been one heck of a day. I was supposed to get a loaded meat haul today, but I got the truck running, but the road was closed, so I couldn't get it. And that's alright, because I didn't really want to go either. So, anyhow, I'll flip you guys around. So, like I said, it's not a very exciting video. I don't think I'll win any video awards by doing it, that's for sure. So, but I'm really tired. I don't sleep very often. Wyatt just had a question, so that kind of slowed us up a little bit here. Just had to nod at Tristan. He wanted to plug the tractor in, but he wasn't sure if he should do it. So anyhow, like I said, it's nothing too exciting here. It's just stressful. Like I said, the other day I'd figured out that I only had 4 hours of sleep in 5 days. So I tried to have a nap today and send the boys out every hour, but there is a lack of experience there, and so it's best if I just go. So, but I've done this for 20 years. I guess maybe 15 years ago, my dad would go out and check in the daytime and stuff, but I always checked at nights by myself. Years ago, I worked for my uncle, and we did a shift work, and then when I was a kid, my brother, dad, and I took turns, and it was fun because you would just do a 4-hour shift, and you wouldn't go to sleep for that 4 hours, and then you just check cows all night, and then you just crank up the TV and watch movies and stuff. So, but this is all right. I try to, if I go every 2 hours, I try to get 45 minutes of sleep in there. One nice thing is I have the cows locked up. Other years I calve on a half section, and then it takes you an hour and a half to find everything, or sometimes an hour to find everything. So this is pretty handy having them all locked up, but anyhow, it's not very fun right now, but that's okay, because one day the sun will shine. I've had lots of questions on why we calve in the winter time, but with rented pastures, it's what I have to do. Everything needs to be big enough and branded and processed before it goes to pasture, and with the purebreds, it just it works out better to calve in January so that you can market them. And then the heifers are calving right now, and I always try to calve the heifers a cycle before the cows so that they have time to breed back. And I've had the best success doing that. And you might not believe it, but every snowstorm that we have is more snow than we had all last winter. So it's not, like I said, we're in a desert where we are. That's why we have irrigation. So we get cold weather, but you kind of roll with the dice. And we've had years where January was 10 times better than March, and I used to only calve in March and April, and I moved up to January on purebreds for marketing abilities, and then, like I said, I moved the heifers up in front of the cows so that it gave me time for them to get recovered, and so they'll breed back at the same time the cows will. So anyhow, you can tell I'm kind of jabbering because I'm tired and I don't even make sense half the time I talk. So hopefully this isn't such an incoherent video that you want to just shut it off. So if you've managed to hang on this long to a dark video that has a tired guy babbling on, then be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and have yourselves a great day. I know I will, because one day the sun will shine and all this will feel better. So you take care. Bye-bye.